Paragraph 4.4, degradation of nutrients. In the previous paragraph, paragraph 3, you have studied essential nutrients. There are 6 essential nutrients: water, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, minerals and vitamins. And in this chapter we are not looking at water and minerals, but we look at the other 4. Today we are going to concentrate on proteins, carbohydrates and fats, because we know that vitamins do not have to be broken down in order to be taken up in your body. How are proteins and carbohydrates and fats are being digested? Well, that's by means of hydrolysis. So this is what takes part in your body. So this is digestion. Your body uses enzymes for that. So the degradation of proteins, for example, is done by enzymes, and this is called hydrolysis. When we concentrate on the word hydrolysis, we can see that it breaks into 2 parts: hydro and lysis. Hydro, that's water; lysis meaning breakdown. So water breakdown. Actually, water is added into the molecules, and therefore the molecule is broken down. If we look at that in proteins, this is a picture of proteins. You can find that in your book as well. We can see the different amino acids. Actually, this is where the next amino acid starts. So we have the nitrogen and we have 2 carbons, and this is then the acid part, and this is the amino part. But when we break that down by means of enzymes, we get this. So we have our protein, and we still have our amino part, and we have our acid part. And then when we break that down by using water, we get our amino acids back, and we can see the double bonded O is still there, but now this carbon is no longer connected to this nitrogen. No, there is an OH group. When we look at the nitrogen, he has 2 hydrogen bonded to him. Actually, this OH group and this H, that's one H2O, and that also happens in this one. And actually, for every bond, the peptide link between 2 amino acids, we need 1 molecule of water, and we get our amino acids. So we get a peptide link, and we have water, and we have an enzyme called a protease. He performs the hydrolysis, and you can see that the water molecule is now incorporated into these 2 amino acids. In carbohydrates, it's pretty much the same. We have a larger molecule, and that actually, when you look at starch, that is a very big carbohydrate. You can have like 500 to 1,000 molecules of glucose linked together, and by an enzyme called amylase, this is going to be split, and water is incorporated into our molecules. And you can see that in this case I have a disaccharide consisting of 2 glucose molecules, and now I have 2 separate glucose molecules, and the water is incorporated into the molecules. In fats, exactly the same. I have my fat or my oil discussed in paragraph 3. This is the picture from paragraph 3, and this is the picture in paragraph 4. Exactly the same picture. I have my fat or my oil, and I have my acid groups, and I have my glycerol group. Add water and an enzyme, and I can see that my OH groups are formed here, and there is also an OH group on the carbon that also still has the double bonded O, oxygen. So again, I have incorporated a molecule of water into fat. So I have hydrolysis of fats. If we continue in our book, then we can see that there are a couple of amino acids that you actually need. So let's get back to the proteins. There are proteins, amino acids that you need because your body is unable to produce some of the amino acids. Most of them can be produced by your body itself, but some of them cannot be produced by your body, and those are called the essential amino acids. And there are 9, actually there are 10 essential amino acids, and we can still see that we have our amino group, and we have our acid group, and then we have our R group, and we can see that the basic structure with the amino group and the acid group is exactly the same for all these amino acids. So we have the amino group and we have the acid group. So these are all amino acids, and those are the essential amino acids, so 10 of them. Also we have essential fatty acids because your body cannot produce some fatty acids, and those are the essential fatty acids, and those are called the omega-3 and the omega-6. You can also call them the omega-9 sometimes. And why is it called omega? Because as you know, the last letter in the Greek alphabet is the omega, and because in nomenclature we always start at number 1, but in this case, yes, my acid group is connected to number 1, but sometimes it's easier to start from the back. So in this case, essential fatty acid, an omega-3 fatty acid, has a double bond on the 3rd carbon, after the 3rd carbon, but then from the end. So when we start at the end, omega-1, 2, 3, and if I continue, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is actually omega-3, 6, 9 fatty acids, and this is an omega-6, which you could just start counting from the end. So those are all the essential amino acids and the essential fatty acids. The book continues about your digestive tract. Just read it and remember that you all studied this last year in biology, and hopefully it all gets back to you. That brings us to the end of this PowerPoint with the homework that you will find pages 148 and pages 149, exercises 25 to 30. Good luck!